What's the most emotional talk you ever had at a cafeteria table? I was sitting alone in the college cafeteria at midnight studying for finals when this guy I barely knew from my dorm sat down across from me and said he'd been planning to end his life tonight but saw my light on and decided to come talk to someone first, and I closed my textbook and stayed there with him until the sun came up. The whole situation happened during finals week when the campus was basically empty except for the few students pulling all-nighters, and I'd been camped out at this corner table for hours drinking terrible coffee and trying to memorize organic chemistry formulas. I recognized him vaguely from passing him in the hallway a few times, always nodding hello but never really having a conversation, and he'd seemed like a normal quiet guy who kept to himself. He sat down without asking and just stared at his hands for a minute before speaking, and when those words came out of his mouth my brain kind of froze because I had no idea what to say or do. I'd never dealt with anything like this before and all my instincts were screaming to get help or call someone. But something told me that if I left or made a big deal out of it he might just walk away and go through with his plan. So I just asked him if he wanted to talk about what was going on, and he started telling me about his parents getting divorced and his girlfriend cheating on him and failing 2 classes and feeling like everything in his life was falling apart at once. I listened to him talk for hours, sharing my own struggles with anxiety and depression and how I'd felt the same way freshman year, and slowly I watched him go from completely hopeless to at least willing to see tomorrow. When the cafeteria staff started setting up for breakfast I convinced him to walk with me to the counseling center, and we sat in the waiting room until they opened at 8. I saw him around campus sometimes after that and he'd always stop to say thanks, teaching me that sometimes just being present and listening to someone can literally save their life, and you never know when a random conversation might be the thing that keeps someone here.